Nigga, none of those clans number in the tens of thousands. None of them. All of those
left.
No, I'm saying even in the beginning, bro, those clans
Rado's
were
clan
at best.
at least. Rado's
Bro,
clan
his
20K.
army is 20K. His clan is not 20K, bro. If their clans consisted of their whole army, Rengoku wouldn't have invited this dude to his household in this chapter. That means this dude that was fighting under Rengoku wasn't in Rengoku's clan prior to this.
Yeah,
so what you just said is not true. So stop.
No, that's not what I said.
Stop.
You gotta stop
literally
jumping.
just, bro.
You
literally just said Rido's whole clan. You literally said Rido's clan was 20K.
I said it could be assumed to be 20K because I have no reason
why
it not be. Because look, right? Not all clans are made the same. You know that, right? Not all clans are made the same. Just because Rengoku's clan is smaller than Rido's clan doesn't mean Rido's clan is equally as small. And another reason to assume that is they have no reports of people on Rido's sides leaving. It seems like those guys are all niggas that been with Kanki since the beginning, and like it always seems like fucking Rido always operate like everybody around him is wearing similar shit to what he's wearing. Like that's what I assume. I'm just like I'm making speculative assumptions. Like that's why I got that shit from. And my point is that I was gonna get on previously before you cut me off. Fuck, I actually just fucking forgot.
Yeah, because it was a dumbass point.
It wasn't a dumbass point. Fuck.
And you would have remembered it.
Look, my point is, I got it. It's like it's simple to understand. If me, you, and Jonkins came from nothing, right? We came from the mud, right? Literal mud, right? Mm-hmm. Crack daddies, crack mamas, whatever. I don't care. Mud. We grinded all the way to the top. We got companies now. We got shit now, right? And like, if he starts tanking a bit, we're not gonna jump ship because we've been through worse, right? But like, if a new nigga we just hired on like a week ago, that's like how like he's worried about his future and shit. He's like, you know what? Why am I risking my life for this shit that I just like recently came to? Like, he doesn't know all the shit, the same shit that shit and his unit fucking went through. Kanki and his top dogs went through. That's why the loyalty is so great. It's like we got to see how fucking Shin deals with like the newer people that come in when he goes against 80 versus 40K, 240K to have a testament of his leadership.
You understand, bro? You understand that almost every battle the High Shin unit has fought, they've been at numbers disadvantage and
not
skill
like
disadvantage.
Not like this.
It doesn't matter. None of Shin's people have ever deserted him. What are you saying?
I mean, maybe without screen, but it was never like a big enough to make it a thing.
The last war was arguably just as dire with their food running out, and none of the new people really fled on them.
Like, where would you go? Dog? Where the fuck would you go? You have no
Where
food.
Where are Kanki's men going now?
They're bandits. They can survive in the woods and shit. What?
What are they gonna find in the woods? They're gonna find some fucking cockroaches that the fucking Shin's new army guys wouldn't find?
They just go to a mountain and make a new life there.
I'm just saying.
They're not struggling for food. They took their own food.
The fact that as a great general, Kanki is the first great general in which his army has literally abandoned him, again, speaks to his leadership or lack thereof.
No, I think it's a unique situation.
You think everything around Kanki is a unique situation.
And like I said, it's an L, but a lowercase L. I don't think it's anything significant. We'll see how.
Bro, Rengoku is a general in his army, yes?
And let's talk about how much of a beast he
is. Hold on. Rengoku is a general in his army, and that nigga doesn't have enough men to form a squad.
Because they're getting bodied.
I don't think he's a general, actually. I don't even know if Kokuo and Marin are.
There's not general.
They literally called him the second general. They literally called him second general in the chapter, bro. Like, what are y'all talking about?
I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying that Kanki's army doesn't like operate in the same.
They literally say Kanki army, center army, second general Rengoku.
I don't know, even if they did say that, even if they didn't say that, my point, like I said, they don't say that from Marin.
It's in his info box.
Yeah, like in Gyo, they called him cavalry leader or something. They didn't call him general. So you got a promotion like 2 years.
Yeah, I probably skipped over that because I don't feel the need to read an info box about Rengoku.
Yeah, but my point is, like, Marin and them were not generals at the time that they were at Gyo, and at the same time, they were acting like generals. Like, Marin leads the army when Kanki's not there. So just him not having the term general doesn't mean anything, is my point. So either way, he is like a general in the sense that we're talking here.
My whole point is this. He's a general in Kanki's army, and literally, he does not have enough men. It was literally stated he does not have enough men to form a decent squad. It was then stated. Hold on. It was then they didn't get captured because when the dude reported, they no.
The army got split. I'm saying, but
they didn't separate, bro. They deserted him. Like they literally, like when the dude Jota gives him the report, he says, "I'm sorry, 2 clans dipped on me, the Kototsu clan and another clan." And then that's where he says, "Yo, good job for living. You can join my clan if you want to." So literally, while he's fighting, he can't get enough men to form squads because niggas is dipping on him. While Kokuo was fighting, she's not getting backup and reinforcements because niggas is dipping on her. Like, that is a problem, bro. I don't see how you take that as, oh, it's not really an issue. Like, what?
I don't think it's like a big enough issue to the point you think that they can't do anything due to this fact. Like, we're going to see how they circumvent this shit, right? And they've been circumventing this shit their entire fucking existence. Like the Kanki's army has been set up in a way to where people can leave whatever they want. And it has been successful up to this point.
That is not true.
Yes,
that is not true. And
it's never been a fact up until this point, though. That's why Rengoku had that whole monologue.
My nigga, when Naki left, they literally attacked him. What are you talking about? It's never been okay. It's never been just okay to leave Kanki's crew. They literally attacked the only person we ever saw just leave Kanki's crew.
What did Kanki say to him? What did Kanki say to Naki when he left? Nothing, right? He let him leave.
Give me a reason why. Give me a reason why. Kanki gave his reason, and then Raito gave the order, and then Raito attacked, and Kanki didn't give them the order to stop.
I think that's just Kanki being a psycho. He's just having fun.
Yeah,
right, but my point is, again, how is it you don't care? Okay, you cared enough to get a reason for why I'm leaving,
because he's a fucking loyal inner circle member.
Cared. So Kanki cared. So Kanki cared.
I said runs.
Yeah, he cared.
I said runs.
All right then.
I said runs. If Rengoku leaves him, he's gonna definitely care. That's why he came up to Marvin and told them, "Relax, nigga. We're gonna get through this."
If any of these units that dipped on Kanki's army, if they get caught by Kanki once everything's clear, they're dying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not. So then, how is it just okay to? So that's what I'm saying. When has it just been okay to leave Kanki's army because they're bandits when everybody who leaves will get attacked?
No,
that doesn't make any sense, bro.
It's like this, right? I'll explain to you. You're with us. You are an ally. If we catch you in the street after you left us, you're an enemy. We're gonna kill you. It's not like we're gonna actively look for your ass.
I don't even know for sure because, well, one with the Naki thing, like Draco was saying, that's inner circle. But for this situation in particular, like while they're on the back foot and they're about to be destroyed, like deserting then is like way different than just deserting when they're not even in a war. Like it doesn't really matter that much and you can just leave. Like maybe they would still kill them. I'm not sure, but it's kind of like incomparable situations.
I'm just saying. So you think, like I said, I'm saying after this war, we already know Kanki and them is going to win somehow, some way. So after this war, if those niggas that deserted get caught, they're dying. We all know that. We all can agree to that, right?
No, yeah, for sure, 100%.
All right. So what I'm saying is, if I desert you in the middle of battle and you catch me, you're killing me. If I leave you after the battle, you're gonna attack me before I can get to where I'm going. So it's never been okay to just leave Kanki's crew. That's never been a thing.
Listen, right? What I'm trying to say is, like fucking Rengoku said, they know Kanki, the way his system is set up, the way he convinces them to fight for him, he recruits some of these new clans. Like maybe at the beginning it was like over fighting and land and shit, the inner circle, whatever. These new runts, these new recruits, the way he fucking convinces them, they don't even convince them. They come to his doorstep and say, "Yo, take us along," and he's like, he thinks of them as bodies to use in his fucking wars, and if they end up leaving him. He doesn't have the bodies to use in his war. As a bandit himself, he understands that the number one thing every bandit thinks about is their own survival. So he's not going to blame them for leaving. Like, that's my point.
Okay, Druko.
Going after them and finding them.
Okay, and this is why, Druko, this is why I said your point was a dumbass point. Because it doesn't matter if Kanki, quote unquote, blames them, if them dipping causes him to lose the battle.
It won't!
My nigga, he's losing left. Bro, he's losing left, right, and center.
You telling me a guy of Kanki's genius operates under the fucking cautionary thought on the back of his mind that I gotta relax here. These niggas might leave me. No, He doesn't. He knows who leaves him, and he knows who's inconsequential, and he knows at the end of the day, with who he has left, he can work this shit out. It has been going on for 15 years. You telling me no one has left him before? They definitely, like, I'm telling you, when
Not to
niggas are
this
getting
level.
surrounded, like they were talking about Rido and shit, when they were like getting in a bad situation, people were thinking about leaving. I guarantee you niggas left in the Gyo arc when they were being surrounded by people and they heard Rebuku's coming.
Nope. There was not a single report of desertion. There was attacks of mutant. There was attacks of like Zeno and them going after the food storages and shit like that. But there was never attacks of anybody deserting.
That's
so
even
no,
worse.
you're
That's even worse.
so but your entire point just now was false, bro.
But what's the point?
In other
the act of deserting isn't important. The act of lack of loyalty is what I'm talking about. The act
of desertion is the act of disloyalty. What the fuck are you talking about?
But there's also other acts of disloyalty, like fucking trying to steal the food that's for the army, right?
If I'm stealing the food from the army so that I can fight for the army, is different than just abandoning the army in the middle of a fight.
Bro,
I think can we agree to that?
But both are like examples of
both are bad.
Yeah,
both are bad. No, I'm not saying both are good. I'm saying both are bad, but we can say one is worse. Like, can we not agree to that?
I don't even think like these niggas deserting here. I think Kanki 100% thought it was gonna happen, and he's no sweat off his back, as you can tell. He was there when those reports were given to them. He did not give a fuck. Like what I'm trying to tell you. You telling me he didn't hear the report? He was right. He was close enough distance to jump man right after.
I didn't say anything about him hearing the report.
I'm just saying, like, add on to the fact that he doesn't give a fuck about two niggas leaving him.
Right, because he's not in danger. But that's the thing, bro. Literally, like in the report, they say, "Yo, if we don't do anything, the Kanki army will die." And that's when Marwan was like, "I get it. Shut up." And then that's what he thought to himself. It's time for me to dip.
Why are we holding this on to like the thoughts of some fucking nobodies, right? If Kanki's okay,
the thoughts of Marwan is a nobody in Kanki's army now.
No, Kanki just Marin just said.
Okay, cool.
That's not what I said. Man didn't say that fucking.
Cool. Nah, Marwan is a nobody in Kanki's army now. Cool. Let's move on.
You're gonna be a child and take it as that, and yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, let's move on.
That's what you said.
Do y'all actually? No, I actually said that, but do y'all actually want to move on? Because if we do, we're not going back to this.
Yeah, there's no point in this. Like I was saying this in the beginning in the chat. Like, this nigga shot a chapter, right? I'm just stuck on the fact that some niggas left them, not the fact that Rido
as a great general,
not the fact that Kanki's chilling, not the fact that we haven't seen Zeno yet. He hasn't been in any fighting. Not the fact that Rengoku's understanding that Kanki's up to something. Not the fact that we haven't even saw Kokyu and she should be fine once we see her.
No, see, and that's where you got to learn reading comprehension. Okay. Rengoku is hoping that Kanki is coming up with something. He literally says, "Yo, I'm doing this to buy Kanki time to think of something." His men say, "Yo, Kanki's thinking of something. I hope so." And then he said, "If not, this is all a part of his plan, I guess." Like, they're assuming this is going to Kanki's plan. They're hoping. And at the same time, he thought Kanki was with Kokuo, and he's not.
What's your point with that? They're hoping that their great general that's leading him in this battle has a plan. Well, no shit, dog.
They're hoping that their great general that led them into a death trap will lead them out of the death trap while niggas are abandoning them.
So why I'm failing to realize the point. My point is, if Rengoku is continuing to fight, that should show you an inkling that he still has a trust in Kanki to figure out something. And he also has the loyalty in Kanki to figure out something. We see Rido. Kanki had to warn Rido to stop doing anything reckless because Rido was about to go fucking die for Kanki. We haven't seen Zeno, right? Kanki's chilling. Kokyu we haven't seen. If she dies, unfortunately, I don't think she's going to be, her death is never going to be off screen. She's one of the top people in the army if you're seeing everybody else. So, like, I feel like you're overstating.
And I feel like you just mean 3 characters. I feel like you just mean 3 characters in an entire fucking army. That's my point, Draco. That's my point, Draco, is that if you only inspire loyalty in the fucking top echelon and no one else, that's not a good look, my nigga. That's why people are abandoning Kanki right now. Because he does not inspire loyalty in anyone but the top brass.
No, it's not.
And even in his top, And even in his top brass, he got niggas wanting to abandon him.
When they abandon, come talk to me. All right, when Marin leaves, come talk to me, because that's never gonna happen. Stop saying that. It's never gonna happen. Okay?
Tell horror to tell Marin stop saying that. Like, what the fuck?
It's
in the manga. I'm not making this up. It's in the manga.
He's a human, but you keep acting like it's a done deal and this nigga's leaving. Why the fuck is he
it's
staying
the mentality.
It was pretty much a done deal until Kanki came.
Yeah,
we know his breaking point now because of that.
No, he said he was leaving at the time. They said when niggas come here, we gotta leave. He said he gotta leave. He said it in Gyo.
No.
If another army comes, I'm like, I remember him saying that specifically. Like he always mentions the fact that he's gonna.
Yes, and if Raboku's army came, and Osun's army was not in pursuit of them, Maron would have ran.
Listen, Osun's army came like a bit later. So like he didn't know.
Bro, they came 2 seconds. Bro, they got the report right after.
No, they got the reports.
They got the report right after. They literally got one report, Raboku's coming here. Then the next report, Osun's on Raboku's ass. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You just make shit up to just
I'm not making shit up. You
literally just made shit up. You literally just did it right there.
What did I point? What did I point out? What did I point out? What did I make up?
You just said that Osun's army came much later.
No,
you said that they got the info about
a bit after. How? Did they come a bit after? So no.
No, they were right on their ass the entire time.
Did they come at the same time?
Yes.
They came the exact same time. Now you're making shit up. They did not come at the same time. The first people that came was Raboku's army, and then they got word that Osun's trailing them. So in that sense, they did not come at the same time. So what did I make up? What did I make up? What did I make up? What did I make up?
I'm telling you right now. So you made up that Osun again. Okay, keep the same energy. You're keeping dumbass energy, bro. Because Raboku, they got the report about Raboku. Literally a second after they got the report about. A second before they got the report about Osun. So how did Osun come a bit later if they got the report simultaneously?
No, the report came. The reports were staggered. It didn't come.
Juka, Jonkins, how did that play out?
The reports were a bit staggered, but my whole point is to draw an example of you saying I'm making shit up when in reality I did not make anything up.
You just made it up, bro. You said Osun's army came a bit later.
So I don't remember the exact context, but I know that he got the info about the Osun army coming. And that's what stopped him from retreating. Obviously, I mean that should not be disputed.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that, but he's saying I'm making that up like it didn't come after the fact that I found out Raboku was coming. So like,
bro, it's not like they were getting attacked by Raboku and then they found. It's not like they were being attacked by Raboku and then they found out Osun was coming. No, they found out Raboku was coming, then they found out Osun was coming at the same time. They weren't even fighting when they found out that these niggas were coming. So you make no sense right now.
No, dude, it did not happen at the same time. But
go reread, bro. Go reread.
Why don't you reread, nigga? Like, it did not happen at the same time.
I reread every other week. What are you talking about?
You're still this fucking dumb. Like, I don't understand. You have these preconceived biases and it ruins your judgment. You can fucking
how? What biases? The character themselves are saying, "I'm about to dip," and you're saying, "Oh no, he's not."
No, I'm just saying it won't happen in the story, dog.
How is that not a preconceived bias if the character themselves is saying, "Yo, I'm gonna dip. I'm taking my closest friends and I'm gonna dip." And in both scenarios, he had a reason not to dip. Kanki pulling up on him is gonna make him not dip. Yes. Osun coming to save them is gonna make him not dip. Yes.
Okay. Doesn't
change the fact that he wants to dip.
Okay, he wants to dip, right? So why doesn't he fucking leave in between battles if he knows the fucking shit he gets into every time Kanki's with him?
He doesn't think situations like this are just gonna pop up every time.
It keeps happening apparently back to back.
All right, twice.
And like they said, it happened a lot of times. Like a dire situation that was a bit different. But either way, if you're that fragile in the heart, that like anytime something goes on like not the way that you plan in your head, why the fuck are you still with this army? Like I just think it's just a whole gag with Marin. He just obviously is a human at heart and wants to like he's a bandit at heart, and he's super loyal to fucking like he lives on the word that Kanki tells him. If Kanki tells him they're about to die and tells him, "Yo, go watch the area," he'll go watch it if Kanki tells him. But at the same time, he's a human himself and he can have self-doubts, and I don't blame him for that. But I don't think that's a testament on Kanki's like leadership or anything. This nigga's been with him for years now. I like that. And you keep saying there's only 3 niggas. Like, I just hate when you do this shit, right? You take everything in bad faith. If it's 3 niggas, who the fuck are these 3 niggas leading, dog? They're leading thousands
Their
and thousands.
personal families.
The fucking majority of the army is led by these 5 niggas, dog. That's why it's the inner circle. That's why fucking like a second General Rengoku has an army. Fucking Kyoko has an army. Raido and Zeno clans, the actual clans. Their men are their people, right? The Saki clan. These people are super loyal to Kanki, so Kanki will never be without men, and Kanki will never be without capable men. So I don't know why the fuck you keep pinpointing the fact that these 2 niggas left. It's a big issue.
You say 2, bro. It was 4. You keep saying 2 people. It was 4 different clans.
You get
like,
what I'm saying?
Hold on, real quick.
Reread.
Let me bring up 2 things. So first of all, you were talking about how like the fragile thing. I mean, well, before that, like it's pretty tone deaf to look at this moment with Marin and think of it as a meme. Like he was thinking to himself, as Twale said, his face looked hella serious, and he was shook when Kanki came because he was so like dead set on that. And it's not even about him being fragile. I mean, this goes against what you were saying with him when you were like, this is like a special moment. They're really against the back foot. Like this doesn't really mean that much because they're like, even in a one-on-one, like this situation isn't really like likely to arise in any scenario. Like, it's not about being fragile. This is just a crazy situation. So I don't get how...
I don't know why I'm going against. That's what I said at the beginning. It's a unique situation, so you can't really judge shit.
Yeah, but you were like, he's so fragile that anytime things don't go his way, like, no, it's not about just things not going his way.
I'm saying he's like, in a situation this dire, it's okay to be human and be fragile and say, yo, I gotta think about myself. It's a normal reaction to have. I completely understand it. I'm not trying to make it bigger than it actually is. Like some people are. And again, with the whole thing about, I was saying 2 people, you got to stop with that shit, Twale. When I say 2 people, I don't literally mean the fucking manga said 2 people. I'm saying it's not the fucking majority. It's a small amount of people that left. And like I kept saying, and it's insignificant amount to what Kanki is trying to do. So this guy said 2 people, put 2 and 2 together, no pun intended, and realize what I mean by that.
Well, also, this is just the beginning of them leaving. How much would leave compared to how much would fight to the death of Kanki? That's an interesting question.
Compared to how many have already died.
So why are we talking about that?
You already lost a lot of people in the 8. You've already lost a lot of people in the 9 days of fighting. Now you're on the back foot, truly. Now you're truly on the back foot, and you have the Kototsu clan dipping, right?
And the mask never mentioned before clan, yeah?
And when Maron gets the report, Kokuo was supposed to get some reinforcements from the Doron clan. They did, as well as the Gensai clan. They did.
Random never seen before clan. Yep.
Oh my god! It like Druko, like seriously, bro. If you're already hold on a second. Hold on. If you're already on the back foot, 240,000 versus 80,000. You've been fighting for 9 days, getting your ass spanked, losing men. And then on top of that, men desert you. And you're acting like that's not a big deal.
I'm just saying, why don't you fucking look at the fact that you just laid out for me, right? If these people have no fucking loyalty, they were fighting for this nigga for 10 days in extreme situations. And now they start leaving, dog, the 10th day? So what is this great... The amount of people that died for Kanki, most of them being new niggas too. So why isn't that looked at as fucking inspiring loyalty in his men? Why didn't they dip as soon as they saw 240,000 people coming down on them? Huh? Like
because that's a court martial offense.
So tell me an exact
because it's a court martial. You asked me a question, let me answer it, my nigga. Like seriously, the reason why they didn't just how did I get body? I'm trying to answer the question and you won't let me answer it.
Name a time a Kanki army member got court-martialed, bro. I'll wait. Go ahead.
It's not even about court-martial because they're just gonna get killed by Kanki.
Right. So it's like you don't what's this like? How are they gonna dip in the very beginning of battle and not get killed? Like, how does that make any sense?
What about the 6th day, the 7th day, the 8th day, the 9th day, the 10th day they dip? That just shows extreme loyalty to a fault, actually.
Bro,
they actually realize, shit, we actually might die. Okay,
Juco, I really need you to go reread because this is the 9th day.
If your whole point is the fact that
this is the 3rd time you've misspoken about what happened in this chapter. Yeah, so I need you to go reread because you apparently can't read.
What I'm trying to say is an insignificant point to what I'm trying to say, dog. Like how entertaining is this to you to point out every insignificant point of what I'm trying to say?
Bro, you're trying to highlight how many days
Like,
they
what the fuck
lasted.
is wrong with you? Okay,
How is you misspeaking about how many days they lasted in the point of they lasted this X amount of days?
okay, bro.
Speaks to how is that not relevant?
Tell me,
dumb.
Tell me how significant it is that somebody lasted 9 days as opposed to 10. Tell me how significant that is. Is both days 1 day apart? Are both days a good amount of time that you're getting beaten? Are both days very long
it makes
days?
a difference.
Yes.
Did I run out of food on the ninth day? Did I run out of food and supplies on the ninth day?
In this situation, that's not an issue.
Did my entire unit get destroyed on the ninth day?
Like
these are factors that add up.
But
these are factors that have to be considered.
When we're talking about those points don't matter. Like we're just talking about 9 days of fighting.
Bro, if Kanki's army was dominating from day one, his people wouldn't be dipping on him now. What are you talking about?
My point is they stayed 9 days, right? In a fucking never seen before situation, right?
Wait.
So
which one is it? Which one is it, Juko? This is something that they faced before, or this is a never before seen situation? Because you've argued both now in this one stream.
You're an idiot if you think that I said they have to say something exactly the same as I'm saying. They face shitty.
Jonkins, did he not say they face similar situations?
Yeah.
Earlier in this very stream, and then you literally just said this is never before seen situation. So how could they have faced similar situations and then now this is a never before seen situation? It can't be both.
He did, but when you mentioned like it's more of a problem when it's higher numbers, he pretty much agreed with you.
Yeah, I'm saying they've been through hell before, but not hell this hot. It's still like similar to the point because it's hell and it's actually fucking super hot. But this is the hottest it's ever been.
But you also have to take into account that I think the people that went through similar situations, those are the inner circle members, like the close up crew members of Rengoku, Raido, those type of people.
That's my point too, as well. So
the
reason I'm saying that is because I don't know if the new guys if they wouldn't like do the same shit in like slightly not as bad but bad situations.
Yeah, and I 100% think they will. Like as like the shit that the Kanki army, if it's anything similar to the situation, like I can't count in my hand any similar armies that went with them that bad. Like that shit's fucked up, right? And like that's you count out the mountain tribe, right? That's a different dynamic. Those guys are super loyal to Yatawa. I'm never gonna tell you Kanki is a better leader than Yatawa, so it's irrelevant to compare the two. I'm just saying the fact that
Kanki just bring up Yatawa.
No, you were talking about in chat earlier about how Yatawa's army got surrounded and nobody left, and Shin's army got.
I also brought up the High Shin unit too, but whatever.
It doesn't matter either way.
Or Osen's niggas in Gyo literally knowing they're gonna die but completing the mission because it was for Osen.
Dog, you can get people like that in Kanki's army.
And those were, but I'm saying, but those were no named people, bro. Those were not Afo. Those were not Denrimi. Those were not So-Oh. Those were not named people in Osen's army, but they had that much loyalty and dedication to Osen. That speaks to Osen's leadership. It speaks to something, bro.
I don't really know, but like I feel like Kanki can string together 5 niggas that can do that for him. Like Giku is one of those niggas. Like
it wasn't 5 niggas. Number one,
I came to Raido. Like what?
I'm saying it was more like 30 niggas because it was multiple squads that had to attack the granaries, right?
I just think it's pointless to just talk about like make a point about this. But we all kind of similarly agree. I just think the degrees of how detrimental it is different between us, and I just think you argue in bad faith all the time, Twilight, about the shit because you know what I'm trying to say is similar to what you're trying to say, but you're trying to pinpoint these dumbass technicalities of what I'm trying to say. Like you don't understand my.
Don't be mad because I take words literally. It's not a technicality. I take what the words you're using literally, and you take them for what you feel they mean.
But in some situations, it's obvious what he means. Like you can argue the 8 versus 9 day thing, but based on what he's saying about how Kanki's not comparable as a leader to all these other great guys, he was just saying that for him to last a long time against insane odds, that is a boon on his leadership. And yeah, that's impressive. I mean, that's very inspiring loyalty right there. Even for 8 fucking days. Like you can't say his army has like no loyalty, even though like they're kind of.
I mean, like what's the this is the bare minimum. Like, bro, he's a 6 GG now. He's one of the top fucking generals in the fucking Quinn military, and he has niggas deserting on him. And we're like, oh, we'll give that a pass because it's conky. If this was your Tanawa, my nigga, y'all would be ripping her to shreds. If this was Olsen, my nigga, we would be ripping him to shreds. I would be.
I mean, yeah, we would, but like loyalty is more of a focus in their army. Like Draco was saying, it's a give and take at the end of the day. Whatever like bonus points that can get from being bandits, we already seen one of them with the running away thing. We've seen like them stealing, that type of shit. Like they have like ups and downs to being bandits, and of course this is going to be one of the downs. We already knew this, and we already knew Kanki wasn't like one of the highest leaders in the series, or like even top 10, 15, 20. Like we already knew all this shit.
Yeah, I just y'all have argued on multiple streams that Kanki is a better leader than Yotano.
Me?
Yes. I wish Tone was in here, my nigga. My nigga. Y'all have argued, like especially Draco, that Kanki is better than Yotanwa in everything.
I mean, at the end of the day, his army is better, even though she's a better leader.
That's the first time you ever said that.
Can you pinpoint specific like Kanki's a better leader than Yotanwa, like that exact wording?
When we was arguing about whether or not Kanki would follow Sansuiju to the Kwang Rong shit. Both of y'all argue because Kanki is a better leader, he's smarter, he's XYZ and all it is. He wouldn't fall for the trap. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't follow. Like
him not falling for the trap has nothing to do with leadership, bro. Come on.
But I'm saying those were your words. You guys said he's a better leader, he's smarter, and a couple other things.
It was just that he was smarter. He wouldn't fall for the trap. Nothing about like inspiring loyalty or like morale boosting. Like I've never argued this. I don't think Draco has ever argued that.
Yeah, I don't argue in bad faith.
A foul.
That's a fucking lie. But he definitely said that. Nah, because he definitely says some shit like all Kanki got to do is smile at these niggas and they'll be more ferocious than fucking Yotanwa. They'll be more pumped than Yotanwa's people.
I don't think that ever happened.
He was like, Druko was like, oh, Kanki just, all he got to do is fucking, what was it? The bitch in the nosebleed. And they'll be ready to die for him. They'll be ready to die for Kanki. All he got to do is smile and laugh, and they'll be ready to do anything for Kanki. Like, yes, like I'm saying, niggas have said, yo, I'm not even about to do this. Like,
I mean, to be fair, with that point, I'm pretty sure if she gets that nosebleed, she's ready to die for Kanki. And for Raido, I mean, if he smiles at Raido, I'm pretty sure he's already willing to die for him, but he's gonna be extra willing to die for him.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know how long I can stay on, so I don't know if you want to like talk about any other stuff.
Yeah, we can move on. We already said everything that needs to be said about this. So, what do you guys think about?
What else happened?
Yeah, I was just gonna talk about like
shit.
How'd y'all think the chapter was overall? Because I know it was like slow paced and shit.
I hated it. I hated
it.
Yeah, it's for other reasons, not the actual. The implications, man.
Okay, yeah.
It's like Kanki's about to get beat and shit, but overall, the chapter, it actually just hard towing the line perfectly with making it seem like Kanki's too far gone, and also at the same time reeling you back in, saying, "Don't worry, it's all about his, it's all in his genius plan. Everything's a playground to him almost."
Yeah, like we've been saying since the shit pretty much started. Like he's brought up a good scenario to make it seem like there's no way what's Kanki gonna do. I can't really predict what he's gonna do, while like instilling that faith in you at the same time. I feel like he's done a good job at setting that up. But this chapter, I mean, it was pretty much just setting up what Kanki's gonna do, like giving you hints, yeah, like inspiring that faith in you, and it was mostly done through like character interactions and shit. And I do find some of them funny, especially the Ojiko thing, where like he had that desperate message to send. He was getting like Raido was like, "No way, you're not that guy," and then like he convinced him. And he's like, "What was the plan again? That shit was funny.
I think it's hilarious how Raido was like, nah, Kanki wouldn't give you the order. Like Kanki would not send a message with you. And it's like it wasn't until he saw the fucking the scars and wounds and shit. It's like, damn, all right, maybe you really did come here with some shit. Like, I don't know, my nigga. It's like the way I'm reading this shit, it's like Kanki has a plan, right? We like I know Kanki has a plan. It's just I ain't gonna hold you, but again, it just seems like this shit is heavily reliant on the high shin unit taking this cliff and pulling off a miracle with the left side to buy time for the rest of his arm. Like once the high shin unit takes this battlefield and then they start flanking the other fields, that'll give Kanki time to do whatever he needs to do or whatever. Like I don't know, but it's just hard to imagine. Unless like I said in the beginning that all of these deserting clans are quote unquote deserting on Kanki's orders. You know what I'm saying? And like he's like pulling them away to like have them sneak around with Zeno at a certain spot. I don't know. But other than that, my nigga, I really don't see what was the point of, you know what I'm saying, like sending Uhon to his death.
He leveled up.
I don't see the point of like taking on this 200
out treatment.
Yeah, but before we like go too much into predictions, just thoughts on the chapter overall. Did you think it was worth, just giving us these inspiring moments and like giving us hints and shit at what's gonna happen? Do you think that was worth a chapter? And then the Haishin shit at the end.
I think it was, because we haven't seen Kanki's army for like how many chapters now? Maybe 3. It was a good kind of chapter to check in while also linking what happened. The shit that really happened, I know you might disagree, but I don't really have a problem with them like time skipping how they got the bottom of the hill. The real test is getting up the hill. So it would be a good transition point to show on what's happening with Kanki. And like we haven't seen a center army or Rado's army since like the beginning of this war. So just to check in with them and see how they're doing is with like a good just a world, I guess not even world building in a sense, but more like a battle building. And then now that we got more info on Rado got told what Kanki thinks, Rengoku thinks Kanki has a plan, Marin got told what Kanki thinks, like the pieces are falling together. But like I was saying earlier, Haru is just a beast, man. He's sprinkling in these death flags and shit too. Like some of the shit that's happening, like it looks like they're about to lose, but at the same time, they're not about to lose. So like I'm just excited. Like I'm a nervous wreck. I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm under the belief that the more they look like they're not about to win, the more they win dominantly. So we shall see.
I think if you just look at the bullet points of the important things, like Rengoku, he's not going to retreat, and he thinks Kanki has a plan. Marin gets told about the plan. Raido gets told about the plan, and so the captured guy, he might be a factor, and the Haishin unit make it to the hill.
Yeah,
like that's probably like not enough meat for. Chapter. No, I would say that's not enough meat for a chapter, but it's really like the character interactions, like how it was handled. I just like all the character interactions in the Kanki army. And like still overall, it was pretty slow paced, but like I said, I enjoy the character interactions enough to like the chapter, and I feel like it raises a bunch of intriguing questions, and I just like the way it's built up with like the situation in general and instilling that hope into you.
And it does give you like a bunch of talking points, like you just mentioned, like all of the like unique talking points of what he meant about to Raido being not being reckless. Like how did he know? Like does the people leaving have to do a part of his plan? Like another thing was like that kid. Like I told you what I thought about that. I think it was whack. How the fuck is the general's kid getting captured when they're getting dominated? Like how
also Rengoku. Like we didn't really know Q was this.
I knew.
Yeah, you did know actually. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Knew what? I cut out for a second.
He was always the Rengoku hyper. He was like, this guy's like one of Kanki's closest guys. He's actually a beast.
Yeah. He is a beast, bro.
Rengoku is a beast. I fucks with Rengoku.
No, I'll admit I underestimated him. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
Like when they said that he was a cavalry unit, and that's why we didn't see him at Kokuo, like the Kokuo Hills. It was like
y'all was shitting on him for that. Like I thought it was like a little guy. That people shitting on him. The general consensus was like niggas didn't really think how strong he was because he wasn't used in the army. So just like maybe like a Ogiku almost type thing.
I was the one telling you that he was Kanki's number 2, not Raido. You was the one Raido's his right hand, like. And I'm telling you, like the dude that like he's like his adjutant. That's his right hand.
But he was called the second general. Like, do you think there's like a first general type of thing?
It's Kokyo. I feel like the second general of the Central Army. The first general is Kokyo. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah.
So is she the right hand?
No, in terms of like Rado is the right wing command, just in the specific battle. It's not like how they are as an army.
It's never really like portrayed it like that, right? They always just talk about them in terms of like how they are like relative to the army in general.
Yeah,
Like, I ain't gonna hold you. I always thought
that's what
like
I was saying. He
Rengoku.
was. That's why maybe you skipped over it. That's why I didn't really pay too much attention to it because that is never how they really treat the Kanki army.
Well, yeah, like the reason I skipped over is like I'm not gonna read a Rengoku fucking box like that. Like I just thought it was gonna say Rengoku cavalry reader, like what it usually says. Like that's the type of shit that people put in usually just for people that forget shit.
Nah, I think it was there to show
y'all gotta
you
put some respect on their commanders. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
it's just there to show you the upgrades since they became.
Well,
Since
no,
Kanki
I'm
has
not
become
saying
a
I'm not saying that was
GG,
the
it's
reason for this situation. I'm just saying that's usually the reason. That's why I didn't read it this time.
Oh,
I still think all those dudes, like the inner circle, have the same ranking to Kanki. He doesn't have like a specific. If anything, it's either Ryder or Marin are the leaders that they talk the most, they argue the most. They're two different sides of that same coin. But like in general, I think all those guys, like Ryder, is not gonna give orders to Rengoku and expect them to just listen to it. He'll give him orders like as his partner, and he'll listen to it because they're in the same interest. But like it's not like a hierarchy thing with Kanki's army. There's never was been a hierarchy. Just those inner circle and everybody else.
Yeah, I agree
In my
with that.
opinion, because Naki was the first commander, 1,000 commander. He was in the same standing as everybody else, right? There wasn't like anything about like actual ranks.
if I'm not mistaken, Ordo. I mean, I keep calling him Ordo. Rido was a 4,000 man commander.
Yeah, like Marin's a 5K commander and shit. These guys are like don't care about like that shit, in my opinion. But going back to what I was saying about the right Kanki army, like you guys gotta level these dudes up, dude. Rido's been on the right wing the entire time, and he's like, he was getting stomped. He's like, doesn't seem like he's like himself struggling that much. He gotta be a beast physically and shit. Like he's been like going like, and they told him don't be too reckless. Like he can like actually do more than he's actually doing now. When Goku was fighting all day, his army got split. With
I
Kosho
love how
being like in
Kanki's
front of him,
army is the only army we will hype up for losing.
they're
Well,
losing.
that's the thing. That's the thing I was about to bring up. Like these type of situations, they're just like prime time for cancerous arguments. It's like that Zoro thing where I'm not saying it's like directly comparable to this Twilight, but it's like it's like the Zoro thing where he blocked the dual Yonko attack, and it's just like the perfect situation to bring up like cancerous people. They're like one side is like he blocked the dual Yonko attack, and the other side's like, well, let me for a few seconds, and he needed help. Yeah, like they always bring up these like caveats, and it's like it never really gets to a point of the conversation where they decide how impressive it is, because it is kind of hard to decide, at least for this scenario, not really the Zoro one. But yeah, the shit like
it's
this
impressive that they survive. Look, it's impressive that they survive, but let's not hype up them surviving as a major feat.
I think we can.
Well,
this is actually very impressive.
What do you mean by major? Like, how would you scale this then? Like, what's major to you? Like, do you consider major like 4 Heavenly King level? If you do, then I would say yeah, that's too much.
I think.
I'm sorry.
One of us
is really staticky right now. I couldn't hear. All I heard was 4 Heavenly King level.
I was asking, what do you consider major? Is major to you like just 4 Heavenly King level feat? Because if that's the case, then yeah, I agree. It's not a quote unquote major feat, but I think it is impressive.
I wouldn't even put it that high, but
I would
because
agree.
of Kanki's status, it's not like this is unexpected. Like no one expects a 6GG to just get stomped. So even against tough odds, you're expected to survive. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, interesting. So
yeah, I'm just.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Right? I agree with you. But can we also argue that since this is a 6GG army, it's not crazy to have multiple 4 Heavenly King army generals type people under Kanki? Why is Kanki's army?
Draco, what are you doing with your mic? Are you like fucking
it? I was saying.
Are you sticking it up your ass? Like, what are you doing?
Because we went from them surviving to saying Kanki's army commanders are.
Hello. Is it better? Sorry, that's actually shit. Can you hear me or no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No, we can. Yeah.
Is it bad still or no?
No, it's just when you move it for that moment. It doesn't like linger on.
Sorry, bro. That would look awful on the stream watching the back shit. Yeah, like I was saying, bro, like this is a 6GG army, as you said. We expect them to survive, right? So like if we're expecting them to survive, why is it crazy to assume that the people allowing the army to survive are at least like some of them are 4 Heavenly King level? Because some of these feats, Rado is like an entire right wing has not collapsed yet, and he's actually clean himself. Even though yes, the left wing had terrain disadvantage, but Ohan got shit on, dog. And I 100% think the person that he got shit on by is weaker than the guy that the Rider's facing.
Okay,
so
Draco, right? Based on what you just said, right, just now, right? One, you're assuming that the person going against Uhon is the weakest. That's a pure assumption.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's a pure assumption. I'm not saying it's a baseless assumption, but it's a pure assumption.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Secondly, Uhon lasted 8 days before he quote unquote got spanked with the terrain disadvantage. That to me tells me that Uhon is better than everybody in Kanki's army.
Why is that?
Because he willingly ran into a trap.
Because he lasted just as long.
Because there's no trap to run into.
Right.
Yeah, but like,
he lasted
if he was
nearly as long as. Hold on, Draco. You asked me a question. Let me answer. Right. He lasted 1 day less than them, quote unquote, and he had less men, and he fought the terrain disadvantage for 8 days. And just like how you said, it's a feat for them that makes them 4 Heavenly Kings level. The fact that he fought greater odds in tougher situations makes him better than them by your standards.
Yeah, he is better than them. What? I think Ohan's a beast. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying, toss a bone to my guys. Be never niggas slept y'all were saying. Y'all kind of slept on Goku. Yeah, Marin is leading the entire army in Kanki's stead. Yes, he's not actually giving out big old strats that Kanki's doing, but yes, he's getting all the command. He's getting all the it's the 80k army over here. He's getting all the information, and he's leading them accordingly. Okay, relax. And then Raito is fighting the army triple his size, and then he's chilling, he's going in there.
He's not chilling. He's not chilling.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
No, Draco,
you know what I mean when I chill
into arguments, my nigga, because you say shit that don't make sense. How is you getting spanked for 9 days chilling?
All right, let me say something. Even more. I didn't take chilling as literally, but even then, I'm gonna have to say cap on that because he's getting so overwhelmed that he's getting stabbed in the back by random fodder. It's gonna get real bad real soon. It's already real bad, but his army's about to get split up too.
Okay, his army has yet to get split up, right? And also another thing is he's still a big part of Kanki's plan that's yet to come, and he was told shit about it, right? So he's strong enough to survive for 10 days and then continue on fighting for however long Kanki wants him to in the future. So that's what he kept saying. You gotta put your best men. That's what we allow our best men to do the things we want them to do, and we sacrifice the Ohan unit and shit with other stuff like that hill. That kind of is cap because HCU and Ohan's unit are better than maybe arguably because maybe Raito just better than them. Who knows? We'll see how much feats he gets down the line. But as
I was just going to say, Druko, when Maron was talking that shit, you was amping it so heavy. When Maron was like, "Oh yeah, we're sending you guys," because he was like, "Yeah, he wouldn't. Wow, we see fuck Uhon. He wouldn't question it if it was Ocean. Yeah, fuck out of here, right? Uhon, Maron, blah blah." And now you switching it up so heavy, you just did a complete 180.
What do you mean?
A complete 180, bro. Again, when Maron went to Uhon's camp and said, "We're not sending you any reinforcements because our men are stronger and we're saving our men," you was amping that heavy. Yeah, Kanki's men is just stronger than Uhon. We're using them as fodder. They're pawns. This, that, and the third. Now, literally 5 seconds ago, you just said, yeah, Uhon's unit is stronger, maybe, possibly. And then you thought about it and then said, nah, Raito's army is stronger. So you literally just did a 360 spin, my nigga.
Listen, I'm just saying what Marin thinks and what the story has told us are completely two different things. Because I'm trying to
I'm not
play
talking
both
about
sides.
neither. I'm talking about what you said.
I was talking about in terms of just listening. I was just talking about in terms of just listening to what man was saying, not anything to do with the strength. I was talking about
what Marin was referring to. He was saying they're stronger than the strength of the normal fodder that Ohan got as reinforcement. It's not as Ohan's personal unit.
No, that's not what he was saying. Uhon asked for reinforcements from the Kanki army, from the Kanki Center army, and Maron said, "No, we're saving our stronger guys, and we're using you as meat. We're sending you to the meat grinder." That's literally what he said.
Yeah, but he already got reinforcements from the regular fodder. And he's like, let me get
No,
more
he
reinforcements.
didn't. That's
Yeah,
what
he did.
I'm saying. No, bro. By the time Uhon got there, it was the same thing as when Shin got to Uhon. Maybe 2,000 people left. Like there was no real army there. There was no force there when Uhon got there. That's why Kanjo and them was saying like, yo, we can't do this with just our force. That's literally what Shin and them was saying. Like, yo, if we're gonna do this, we have to do this with just our force. So at
Before
neither
we go any
point,
further, like, what are you like? Maybe I forgot what I said, but you trying to say back then I was saying that Raido's army was stronger, but now I'm saying Ohan's army is stronger, so I switched up. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, basically.
But okay, then I must have misspoke back then because I think I think Ohan and Heison's unit are like just them being in the unit itself makes them already stronger than Raido's unit. But like that might be I might have been wrong on that because Raido could be stronger than that. Even I intentionally thought because I think Shin and Ohan are a big chunk above Forever the King level, in my opinion. So if Raido and them are Forever the King level, they'll still be weaker than Ohan and them. I just think that the Kanki would trust some shit on Raido than he would trust on Ohan or Shin because like he knows how to work with Raido and shit. If that makes sense. A bit more. You guys hear me or?
Yeah, we can hear
No,
you.
we hear you.
What you got to say, Twelve?
We just nothing. I just let people talk when they talk. Unlike this nigga who cut me off to switch the whole conversation.
I didn't really try to switch the conversation. I'm just saying, bro. Raido.
You literally said, "Hold on 1 second." While in the middle of me talking, you said, "Hold on 1 second," and then started this conversation.
What was the conversation previously though? Was the same thing? When we just talking about this Raido shit and Ohan and all that shit? I was just trying to clarify what you were saying. I was like, yo, because like I kind of got lost in what you were saying previously. That's all. Okay.
He doesn't have anything to say. All right.
Like I said, bro, nigga did a complete 180 in this fucking
My bad
stream
then.
alone.
I was just saying, dog. Raido's army. I
Nigga,
gotta
you
see
don't
a
know what you're saying.
2021 tier list from Jonkers after this arc. Gotta have Marin and Kokyo and Goku
Why?
next
Because
to
the
him.
nigga's getting spanked and he
So
survived?
gotta.
I'm just gonna say
like-
Denrimi still beats all of Conky's commanders by himself.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Imagine thinking I'm wrong. But all right, who's the strongest person that you think Raido's better than?
Kisui.
Kisui.
Yeah,
Are you stupid?
I think it's better than Kisui. I think it's better than Fute. I think it's better than Karen. I think it's better than Kinmo. I think it's better than Gakujo,
Wow.
the guy that was fighting.
Yeah,
I think it's better than one of the
how I
Earls.
know.
Like, come on now, the Earl's the reach, but everyone else, I've got to say.
So let me
I don't
guess,
even think he's the
Kokuo was
best.
better than Kisui too?
Yeah, of course. What?
Alright, yeah, you're a
Why
troll.
not?
Yeah. Nah, there's no point in having this
And
nigga in any stream.
Koku blew up.
There's no point in having this man in any stream when this nigga Kisui literally dropped down and said a few words and literally bodied Kokuo.
Terrain advantage.
Literally. There's no
Terrain
reason
advantage.
for you to be in any stream when this nigga, he didn't have, oh my God. There's no reason for you to be in the stream when Raido, with Zeno's help, ran from Gakurai himself.
You gotta stop
And
that.
Kisui they didn't run?
You
Oh
always.
my God.
You gotta stop with that, bro. You know why they ran. They were fucking surrounded by Keisha's army in the back.
And fucking Kisui would body Gakurai.
Not in that
Body him.
situation, Kisui would have died.
Body him.
No, in that situation, he would have got bodied.
Yeah, the fact that fucking Raido and them survived and then actually went and took out the hill shows their fucking smartness, dude. What? Intelligence.
Nigga, they
And
got
what the
bodied
fucking-
and ran away.
And what did Kaki say? The Kaki army never goes back empty-handed. They don't
got
take
bodied
L's.
and
They take lowercase L's because they be taking shit back.
Raido, first of all, it was Raido, and Raido literally said, even if we get our ass kicked, we're gonna fight back. So he
Yeah, he
admitted
said
that they got their ass kicked.
No, he said the whole line I'm talking about is the Kanki army never goes back empty-handed.
Right, and
It's
that
true.
was Raido, not Kanki. And Raido, right before he said that,
Kanki said
literally
damn right
said,
after. So I'm assuming they have the same thought.
But again, Raido literally said, "We got our asses kicked." You're trying to deny that.
No, I told you they got the no, because they got fell for a play. But like I said, it's a lowercase L, not a capital L, because they took the hill. In fact, it could actually be
They didn't
considered
take
a
the hill.
dub, because they
They didn't
took
take
all
the
the
hill, though.
reinforcements, setting the fucking the Zao back. Anything they got that day. Feel me? And Raido and Zeno survived it. So like in reality, and the fucking casualties were way less than anybody expected. So like, is it really an L? You feel me?
My nigga,
The only
you
L is
said
Kanki got
Raido
played.
would be. Bro, you said Raido would be Kisui, Kari.
Wait,
Who
what?
else?
Karen. The one that's
Who's
Kane.
Karen?
My bad. Kane.
I was
and
about to say, who the
Fute.
fuck is Kane? Like what?
Kane and
Oh, you
It's
talking
not
about
Kari,
like-
and it's Karen. The same person, just a slightly different way of saying the name.
Yeah, like what? So you talking about Raboku's little bitch?
Yeah, Roku's little bitch.
Nigga, that's
Like,
not a feat. Like what the
okay,
fuck?
I know
That's
I
not a
listed.
feat,
I
nigga.
just listed anybody that can be. So I don't know what you guys
Nigga
have in
said
your level.
he said name the strong people Raido can beat, and you said Kane.
Figo King.
Are you stupid?
No, I think he's stronger than Figo King. What?
Oh my god.
Like, no cap.
Oh man.
Oh,
Oh man.
yo, you underestimate the nethers, my nigga. You really
Okay, listen. If they tell Figo King kill Raido and it will give you nethers right after, he might be him just because like the whole power up percentage. But in reality, no. This is actually a weird
Nigga.
question because I just think that Raido, even for me, I never thought he would be like this good of a leader and this good like have as much intelligence as he actually has. And like at the
What
fact that
intelligence does he have?
he's facing an army member. Now I'm assuming this smart because his Kosho is like right hand or left hand, and he's not getting decimated. So there has to be some maneuvering going on. Plus,
He is
he
getting
kind of
decimated.
what's his name? Kaki gave him the plan. He
He
understood.
literally is getting decimated.
There's no way he's getting decimated. He's getting pushed back. He's getting slapped back. But like,
They've been getting decimated for 9 days.
Let's say for the sake of the argument, there's dominated and then decimated is one tier above, and he's saying he's getting dominated.
Yeah, he's getting dominated. Yeah, but he's still surviving. He's holding on. That's impressive to me. Seeing the odds.
But I mean, even looking at the panel, we see Raido's like fighting them. Like he's not giving any orders. He's out on the front lines.
Yeah, but there's also got to be orders given. Just assume that.
Like I said,
Nothing really too
intelligence.
complicated, but then
I mean,
like
yeah,
also,
I think he can't afford to not fight at all times. I think they're only managing to last because he's fighting at all times.
okay,
I think you're conflating experience with leadership. Like Raido hasn't shown any real leadership, but he's shown experience. Like
I think his army is fucking tight. They're tight.
They're tight. I don't even know what you mean by that, to be honest.
They're like,
No.
I'm saying there's not going to be any deserters or anything like that. That's my point. They're tight,
Oh, okay.
tight knit.
and they're still getting spanked. So what's your point?
What's your point? Is they're not getting spanked. They're getting dominated.
Oh, shut
Let's
up.
getting spanked.
But am I the only one in this? Like, y'all not impressed with Raido, Ringoku, and them? Like they're holding on. Like Zeno's not even involved.
I am,
not
but
fighting
I've
war.
always had him a tier under GG tier, like that's like Mogu's tier, that type of shit. And I've had like
Okay,
10 in
fair.
that tier, Gakue in that tier, and I still have
Oh,
him there.
okay. So you think they're weaker than Gakue? No, come on,
Who?
now.
Raido?
Dog,
I
what?
said in their
Yeah.
same tier. I didn't say weaker. I think he's better than
I was about
Gakue.
to say. I was like, what? That's kind of doing too much, man.
I still
I
think
think
Maron's
they're
Kinho
better
level.
than 10. No, he's not. Come on.
Maron hasn't shown anything in this arc.
He's leading the whole army. Kanki's not doing shit.
He's done
Literally
nothing.
getting reports about. He's literally getting reports about niggas leaving and talking about how he's gonna leave too. That's all he's done.
This motherfucker said Marin is Denrimi level. I'm still asleep after all these months.
Okay, you can't lie. That one panel was showing some parallels.
Nope.
Can't be kidding. You can't lie. So and Koku
Nigga said-
when and
They said,
their
yo,
Mimi were all
they
in
were
the
in
same.
the same. They in the same room. That shows that they're on the same level. Shut the fuck up.
They were talking as equals.
Yo, I bet. So that by that level, Ordo is on the same level as Raboku because he was at the same meeting during the coalition arc.
No, it's clearly Roboku was running the show though. If the Rimi was like running the show there, no, he was respecting Kokua's presence and Mary. Like, come on, yeah, you gotta know. Coco was pretty young too. She could be the
And
Mimi.
so was Raboku. He was respecting everybody there too. So what are you saying?
But he was the commander in chief, though. We know that. They were just bystanders to Kanki. But yo, did y'all put Kanki a bit up with this too? Like, I just think the whole everything we seen was what Osen said. Kanki and Osen's relationship. Like, I just think those guys are just. Osen has a high respect for what Kanki can do, and I don't think he holds that same respect for many people in the story. You feel me?
I mean, during the chapter when Osen hyped him up, I told you I rated him like a tiny bit higher, but nothing then has changed anything. Like, he hasn't had his plan yet.
Yeah, I know, but it's still like I'm just like reminiscing over everything that happened. Like, this is like that's why I'm having mixed feelings because like if Kanki ends up losing here, I'm gonna look like the biggest clown.
I'm just saying, bro. Osen was unsure about what Kanki would do because Kanki's current course of action would lead to him getting spanked, which made no sense.
Bro.
No, literally. That's why they were confused as to what Kanki would do. Not because Kanki's next move is just, oh my god, it's just like what he's currently doing is like, why?
I think this is just like a parallel to the Locust plan, but the situation's flipped. This is Kanki's Locust plan.
What?
In terms of like, what? In terms of nobody knows what's going on. Like, not even the person as closest to him, as in terms of intelligence. Osen knows what's going on. For the time being, we haven't got checked in with Osen yet, so maybe he knows now as more hints were given. But
yeah, he obviously knows that he's going after Kocho, because even Mota knew that. But the fact that he's been standing by for 9 days and he's still not done anything, I mean, I think that would imply that he's figured it out.
Yeah, but even then, we've seen what Kanki did. We argued that Kanki didn't know until he got there. Now, like, how many days was that? Like, he still went along with that, knowing that the guy next to him does not take battles that he can't lose. So he got to have a plan, right? And I feel like it's similar.
But he also couldn't like refuse it because Osen was the supreme commander. Is there a supreme commander for this battle right now? I'm not sure.
No, each army is doing their own thing.
And Osen can decide to go help him. Like that's a decision he can make, and no one can say shit.
Yes, I think Kanki could have left. I mean, he would not have left.
No, Moten is under Osen, just like Shin is under Osen. Shin can't refuse Kanki's orders. Shin is under Kanki the way Moten is under Osen.
So no, I'm just saying.
Hold on, Draco. Let me finish, man. Good thing.
Don't say that to me, dog. The amount of times you cut me off today. Sheesh.
Whatever, bro. It doesn't matter. Let him go.
Yeah, no. I was joking around. Let him go. Yeah.
So, if Osen gives Moten an order, Moten can't refuse. If Moten decides to leave and Osen sends a messenger and calls him back, Moten would get in trouble for refusing that order. Whether or not Osen followed through with any threats, like, you know what I'm saying, that he makes or whatever, that's a different case. But Moten technically can't refuse Osen's orders.
Yeah, there's no way like Kanki he can refuse what Osen was orders he was giving at Gyo, and then Osen like snitches on him, and like, everyone's like, it's okay, like that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but like, it doesn't even matter though, because I think that if we got to that point, yeah, but we both know Kanki trusted what Osen was gonna do. Like, don't you get that same feeling? Like, he knew Osen was up to something, and like, as he told Raito, we just have to win, and he knows Osen is a guy that never takes battles he can't lose. So if we're going on, that means we have a good chance of winning this. So
yeah, but I thought the comparison you're trying to make was because I was saying the fact that he's standing there to me would imply that he's figured it out, and you can argue it just means he trusts him. But I thought since you were comparing me saying that's implying that he figured it out to the local situation, you were like that's.
Then yeah, they are a bit different. They are a bit different. I don't think Kanki figured it out too late, and maybe Osen didn't figure it out too late here. But at the same time, I think they both have that same level of trust. Maybe Kanki has more. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. It's just still a high level of trust for each other and respect to the point that they'll give him a big benefit of the doubt. And Osen has shown.
When you said Locust plan, I thought you meant it was like the same complexity. He had hidden spies somewhere. Like, you just talking about the fact that niggas made a comment about
No, I'm just saying.
Knowing or not knowing a plan or having trust.
I'm just saying, like the whole point, like the whole locust plan. Everybody was in the wind, but Osen. Like nobody knew what this nigga was doing, and I get that same vibe with what Kaki's doing. Now, obviously, it's not going to be in the same way that the locust plan was, but it has the potential to be somewhere near the realm of impressiveness as the locust plan if it ends up being if it bangs at the end. It might not. It might. I can't even speak. It might be okay. But at the same
How much
time,
you suck a person off, nigga.
we still
The
get
locust plan didn't cause half the army to get decimated just for it to be enacted.
okay, bro. The locust plan had niggas starving for fucking 6 days and just ending up winning at the end. Okay.
The locust plan was also
That wasn't
necessary.
the locust plan. That wasn't the locust plan. That was
They could have
Mako.
they could have retreated.
No, that was Mako. You know what I'm saying? That was Mako. Can I finish, bro? Like I hate when like, ooh. The only reason why they started starving was because Mako fucking died on the first day. That was Mako's fuck up.
That is true.
If Mako doesn't fuck up and they kill Kisui, that food shortage is a non-factor. Because fucking Roboku Center Army is getting attacked on day 2. If Gyo can't go to the right field because he's stuck fighting at the center army, you know what I'm saying? The center army lasts longer, but the right wing doesn't. And if the right wing gets bodied because the High Shin unit goes over there, or because the High Shin unit is in the center army with Osen, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time,
it's a way different makeup. So no, the locust plan.
Yeah.
But the locust plan isn't what caused them to be short on food. That's one. Number 2, like Jockin said, the locust plan was absolutely necessary. There was no other way to take Gyo. Kanki's plan right now is reckless. Like it's
That's not relaxed.
It is, bro.
You can't
You gotta
argue
see the
that's
whole-
being reckless.
Okay, it's reckless, yes, but like it's like a whole thing, bro. Go big or go home. Like I personally think the payoff is going to be matching the risk. But at the same time, going back to the locust plan, a lot of shit.
Hold on, real quick before
right.
you do that. I'm gonna say there's like 2 levels of recklessness to it because one,
Okay.
like obviously it's a risky plan in and of itself, but like this is what we argued before. What really makes it reckless is it wasn't technically needed because eventually Kanki, Osen, and Yotama would have got through those guys and then 3v1 Kocho. So that's still a
We don't
question
know
that
how
we
many-
answered. That like why, like obviously that would have been slower, but why was this necessary?
Because he
Not
thinks
only
it's
that,
the best
but-
way of winning. Because speed is best. Could have taken
Not
years.
only that, but like
Taking years, come on.
even
now.
like 10.
It's already
10
been
of them
2
was
years since
saying
the last
like
battle.
if they like 10 of them was saying
No.
if they came together for a strategy
It was.
meeting, they could have thought of a better plan. Like if Kanki brought in Uhon Shin, if Kanki brought in Uhon and Shin to the strategy meeting from the jump, you know what I'm saying? Instead of just randomly placing them and letting Uhon get decimated, even if it's not his actual plan, if he gave them some type of plan, it would have worked better. If they could have strategized together, they might not have been attacking the terrain disadvantage area. You know what I'm saying? They could have came up with another area of attack that gave them the same benefits. But Kanki didn't do that. He just rushed. And it's like, I don't get how you're going to say it's not reckless when everything...
You got to stop with that.
The narrator said it was reckless. The characters in the manga said he's being reckless. And you're like, nah, it's not reckless at all. Like, come on, bro.
I'm saying that it's obviously reckless, but I don't think it's like stupid reckless. It's reckless because the payoff is about to be so good. So we have to wait and see. That's why I'm like waiting on the actual end result for me to make a.
And also about that
Do you
year
think he
comment,
lost already?
they never like really tried until they got the 6GG thing, and then right after they got
True.
that, this is when Kanki was going ham.
They said it was like a stalemate for a while though. I guess there wasn't really any. They were waiting for something.
They
The
were
whole,
waiting
I guess,
for the 6GG thing.
JUCO and the JUCO shit to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point. Just like that's the double-edged sword of being a 6GG, right? You give him too much freedom, and this is the way Kanki likes waging war. It's just like
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, it could just be that he just wanted some crazy shit to go down, and it wasn't like necessary. But you can't fault Kanki for that because that's just his character. It's not like he thought that was the best method. But we're all assuming that he thinks this is the best method. So you still have to answer the question of why is this more important than just like slowly getting through everyone and then 3v1 in Kocho after? That's definitely a viable plan. It's not going to take a year or anything.
Yeah, that's a good point. But like, that's a good point. But I feel like it's gonna be. I can already see it. Like it's just gonna play out its way, and then they're gonna like around the fucking goes to Yatama. She's gonna give this guy Mad Nick. Then Remy and So are gonna give him Mad Nick. Osa's gonna give him Mad Nick. Everybody's gonna be sucking Kage for what he does at the end. So maybe we get more insight then. Like we thought it was weird when this nigga left the whole city to be the whole hill to be taken. What the fuck? Why don't you just take the hill? You had a strategic advantage, but like he does shit differently, you know. And that's how he always operates. And it ended up being the best way.
Like I think a good way to tie this back is to say that Kanki expected Riboku to jump in, and then this is his way of baiting Riboku, and he's like, I'm gonna get a bigger fish than just Kocho.
That would be actually so sick.
No sense. That
it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense.
Because like, bro, if that was the case, and you baiting Riboku out, why would you allow your army to get this beat up this badly if you expecting Riboku to come on your ass? Like that makes no sense.
Maybe the whole thing is
you would probably expect that Riboku doesn't have that many troops.
Like if that was the case and he was waiting for Riboku to come, bro, then honestly he probably would have saved not just Zeno, but he probably would have saved Raido and had Shin and Uhon from the start. You know what I'm saying? Had like Uhon on the right wing and then Shin on the left wing, keeping Zeno in the back for when Riboku comes. But bro, if Riboku comes right now and his only fresh army is the Saki clan and the Zeno clan, bro, he's getting steamrolled.
Well, I don't think any other way than how he's doing it right now is going to lead to Kocho dying, because I think Kocho is going to overextend because of this. So, like, depending on how that goes down, like, we don't really know how many men he has left. Like, how many men do you guys think he has? Compared to, like, I think his 80k, like, how much does he have left?
I think he has 50k left.
I'm gonna say
more like 30.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 35 to 40. So if he has like, all right, by the end where he gets Kocho, he decimates his army, he's down to like 30k at that point. Then Riboku comes in, he's leading like 5k, and then he takes charge, and it's like 30k versus.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think Riboku is coming with something like 80k, but I don't think he's coming with anything less than 10. Remember, he has Banaji, he has Fute, he has Kane. He's probably gonna bring Shibasho. You know what I'm saying? Like Shibasho might only have 5,000 niggas in his city, but he's the lord of that area, so he might, he could call on people from other cities in his region. So if Riboku comes, especially after 2 years of training, because remember when Riboku went into exile or whatever, he was planning on training for a year and then having them call Riboku back because the Quinn was just going to be dominating so well. Them niggas have had 2 years to prepare and 2 years to train. When Riboku comes through, he's bodying whoever he fights. Well, and if he fights a Kanki in a weakened state right now, that's GG, bro.
That's not what I think is going to happen.
There's a caveat to where Riboku, he might think, I bring a small amount of men, and I just come in, quickly kill Kanki, and get out. No one even knows I was there because I don't want the Zao courts to think I interfered in this battle because maybe there's a chance that they'll take me back.
I'll give you that.
And if that happens,
he does one of those like assassination type shits.
Yeah, if that happens and Kanki predicts whatever Riboku's thought process is to be like, oh, Kanki's actually gonna kill Kocho here. Let me actually join in. Like if he predicts all of that and he tries to get him in a trap, I mean that would make his plan worthwhile because Riboku's a pretty big fish. But then we all know it's not gonna be that easy because Riboku's probably gonna expect that and then battle of wits.
Here's what I think is gonna happen, right? I think this whole plan is like what you were saying is hella reckless, and like why can't we just do it quickly and get this nigga done like the more normal way is like us attacking them. It's because he wants to expedite the killing of Kocho, which I think, like you were saying, Riboku kind of expects, and he gets there a bit like maybe a bit too late, or maybe before he kills Kocho, and then even if Kanki himself can't kill Riboku, he baited him out so for Osen or Yutama to like get the alley-oop. Like he sets him up. He sets Riboku up.
Again,
I don't think they're going to be in position for that, or else he probably would have told
Osen. He will eventually. We said from jump, if Riboku comes in, he's coming from Kanki's right side, which is
he's jumping. He's jumping.
Right, what I'm saying, but it would be even further right. Like Kanki is to the right of Osen. So if Roboku attacks Kanki's right side, Osen won't be in position to then capitalize on anything Kanki does.
Yeah, and
Why
what you
not?
said about him eventually, because I think his battle is gonna end on this day, or at least Coach is gonna die on this day. So I don't think the
Because it's
eventually
like
thing
this.
really makes
It's
sense.
like this, Draco. It's like you know how a chessboard is set up. How it's
Yeah.
the queen, then the king, then the bishop, knight, rook, right?
Yeah.
Kanki right now is in the bishop spot. If Roboku attacks him, he's in the fucking knight spot. Osen is currently in the king's position. He can't jump Kanki to get to Roboku if Roboku comes in from the right side. That's what I'm trying to. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's not in position to do that.
Well, I think
Neither
you're
Yeah,
is
saying he's like
Arnoa.
hiding in the bushes right behind Kanki or something, and he like goes around and then like pinches Riboku.
But
My
he's
point
not.
is,
He's to the
if
left
he
of
kills
Kanki.
Kosho, right? If he kills
No, but
Kosho,
he's
right,
saying if
and leaves
Kanki gives him like word, which I'm saying I think
Yeah.
it'll be too late at this point because I think Kocho's dying like today and like maybe
Oh, okay.
relatively soon.
then that's different. Then I think that it's gonna be like he's gonna set up the plan, and then during the exact time, like the way he just told Raito, he's telling Osen and shit, right? Like he's telling people, and then what's gonna happen is, even though Osen is facing some people, he's not really engaged with anybody yet, and like they just killed Kosho, his army's kind of in disarray. I think Osen could spare some reinforcements to Kanki and take out Roboku, and that's gonna be the big old battle. I don't know. We shall see.
Like I told you in the DMs, like you're like, why the fuck doesn't Osen help if Riboku's gonna come? It's so shit. And I'm like, yo, imagine he sends like Eiko and Shibasho just comes and like stalls him out, and then Kanki dies. Like, I know you would be salty.
If Kanki, like I'm telling this right now, if Kanki and like it's like if we're fucking robbed from a clean 1v1 with Kanki and Riboku, hard smoking some dick. I don't want to see some. He's at his last legs, just shit on a Kosho, did a humongous play, and this nigga comes in for the alley-oop and cuts his head off. Like that's just whack.
Well,
Let's not.
if Kanki
Yeah.
dies, I think like the portrayal is just gonna tell us what we need to know. Maybe it
Yeah,
won't be like
you're
super
right.
specific, but if he did something in like that bad of a circumstance that puts him on Riboku's level, it's gonna be said.
You know what I don't want to happen?
He will, and I'm gonna be here for Twilight. Take that L.
You know what I don't want to happen, truly?
What's that?
For Kanki to get word that, oh, we captured so-and-so general's son, and then switch up his plans to revolve around that.
No, he
and then
won't.
that not be homie's son.
Yeah, that's
And
actually
won't
be.
it's actually a good segue because me and Draco were talking about this where we think
I fucking hate it.
Kanki knows this is a bait, but well, he would know if he like saw this circumstance, but he doesn't know this is gonna happen. And then Raito might think this is like a good opportunity, and Kanki's like,
Yeah.
if this was Kanki, he would say no, this is a bait, but he can't tell Raito fast enough, and then might fuck with his plan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Listen, right. I think
Okay.
it was like like you know how they just told Raito not to be reckless. 'Cause I feel like when he what Kanki meant by that is like A is retreat and B they might try a play here to continue like fucking with us, right? So don't really fall for it. And right as that happens, this nigga comes to him on a silver platter, homie's son. Like what, nigga? And I'm thinking Rhino's gonna try to act and be the hero, and that's gonna fuck up Kanki's plan. But Kanki's still gonna fucking have a way to make it work. But like, I just think it's trash, and the only person that's gonna eventually question it is Kanki. But at that point, it might just be too late, and Rhino might just fucking die here.
Well, why do you think it's trash? Just go over it for the peeps that are gonna watch.
Cause look, right? I just don't understand this. If Rhino questions this, Jockins, if he just asks questions and it's convincing enough, then yes, I might give it up. But for you to be getting, like, we use a hell of words, we use dominated, not decimated, it's getting spanked, it's getting stomped, right? For 9 days. So how the fuck this person get in position to fucking capture the second highest quality target in the entire battlefield if you're getting stomped? That does not make sense to me. And also, we also see like niggas like Ohan and Benat and his adjutant Benju and all this shit. These niggas would die for Young Master. So how are niggas alive to the point that this nigga be taken? Like a rider must have wiped out an entire army. Go ahead.
I can tell you right now. Just like how you said, like Raito's army is getting decimated, right? So this nigga looks to be young. Like this young lord dude, he looks to be relatively young. I'm gonna say around Shin's age, if not a little younger, right?
He actually
Yeah.
looks old
And
as fuck to me, but I can buy him being young.
so him being like, "Oh, my pops, like we're winning. I'm gonna bring glory to my father by taking out, you know, what I'm saying the head nigga or whatever." Got cocky and got caught up.
That's too convenient too. Like that's too convenient for them to get caught at
I
this
agree.
exact
No,
time.
no, I agree. I agree with you, but I'm just saying, like, there is ways for a young, cocky nigga who's on the upper
Yeah.
hand to get caught up. You know what I'm saying? Like that is possible.
I
So
just
it's just
think
like,
these niggas must not fuck with homie, cause this nigga's alive out there in his unit right now. Cause there's no way a whole unit got wiped out. A whole unit got wiped out, and this nigga got taken in. Like they somehow, like niggas, like he would die before being taken in. Like this is Conky's army. Like they know what they do to niggas, right? So I just think it's so inconceivable to me that this dude got captured after the
He could have
stop they
just,
were
he could have just been
pinpointing.
knocked out, and he had, nothing he could have
Yeah,
done. But I think,
that's true.
like, obviously it's convenient, but I think a caveat would be like if this is used to hype up Kocho, like he knew at this exact moment, all right, we've done enough damage to where now they're gonna retreat. Then like he sent
Yeah,
this
that
on
is true.
purpose. Like that's a good way to hype him up. But if it's
Yeah,
just like it happened to work out this way, like the timing, I'm not gonna say it's trash, but yeah, I would say it's a bit too convenient.
And also, like, you can also tie it into the fact that Kanki kind of expected he might do a play like this. That's why he was telling Rado to stop being reckless. So now he actually might use the information that this kid gives them to, like, create an advance instead of retreating, and that might fuck up Kanki. And that might be just sick play from both Kosho and Kanki for accepting it. But at the end of the day, you can't really control everything everybody in your group does. You just always give them advice. And
Yeah,
Rado
this
might
is
fuck
kind of
up.
like the fucking Mako situation.
Yeah, exactly.
facts.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was so mad. I'm like, dog, please don't fall for this. It's like, if you see something too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. Like, we just got the fucking head commander's son, huh? We're Kaki's army. Like, there's nobody. Like, I've never seen Kaki's army capture anybody of note. They'd be capturing like garrison leaders and shit, but like never. Like I've never seen a young master or anything like that get captured before. Like that shit should never happen. Niggas would die before that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
That's
hold
what
you.
happened.
That is a little different.
Yo, Draco,
Yeah.
check the chat.
Very convenient.
Hey, what up, Tone?
What up?
What's up, Tone?
Yeah. When I saw that look, I'm like, Rido, please stop. Rido, I'm begging you, please. I was just hyping you up. I said you're 4 with the kingdom. Please, don't.
You're better than Figo, King Man. Don't do this. Don't disappoint me like this.
Yeah, I don't. Yo, listen. If Ryo does something stupid because he thinks, oh, you know what I'm saying, I got the upper hand. This is not a reckless plan. We're gonna just do this. Then that's totally Ryo's L. I'm not putting that on Kanki. That's totally Ryo's L, right?
I agree.
We all agree. We all agree that this shit is too convenient, right?
Okay, I thought
But
this
if
greedy
it
shit.
hold on
Yeah.
one second, Jaco. But if it just so happens that, like I said, this nigga's cocky, his pops is winning, he wants to prove himself to his pops, and he just does the most, and he happens to be the one unit that gets spanked out of all the units, like, and this really is something like homie's son. I hope that again, Conky does not switch up his plan. Like, oh, I got an even better ticket than Ryan type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that he doesn't do that type of shit to try
Yeah.
to lure the fucking the Zao niggas away or whatever the case may be. Because I
I
feel
do
like
agree
that
with
in and
you.
of itself is Kocho's plan. I feel like they fake like this is. I feel like personally, this is a fake young lord. They dressed this nigga up to be the young lord. Purposely is calling him young lord on the battlefield out loud
Yeah.
like that.
That's another thing.
And
Yeah, like what nigga? How the niggas hearing you say that, and they still capture him? Like,
facts. Like, yeah, it's too good, right? And then on top of that, it's like they know how Conky does. Like, they know how Conky works. If Conky gets a juicy ass morsel that he thinks will psychologically fuck with the general he's fighting, Conky's gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Conky's MO. So it's like, yo, if we give him this fake bait and he jumps on it, that's the one thing I fear for Kanki right now.
Sansuji could have told him
I
the
think
weakness.
both ways, like good or bad, is bad for Kanki because like if it's a good actually thing, it's so convenient. He might fuck with the genius of his plan, and if it's bad for Kanki, it just fucking sucks that Rado would fall for him and fuck with Kanki. So I don't think anything good coming out of this. The only thing I just thought of, which is actually super crazy, and I doubt is gonna happen. What if this is what fucking Kanki told Rado is gonna happen? Like some guy, they might set up a bait, right? And that's why Rado was so shocked. He wasn't like smiling or anything. He was like, "What the fuck? This actually happened at the exact time." Kanki is so crazy. That might happen though. Very,
But
very
didn't he
unlikely
get word
that might
after hyping Kanki up? Pretty sure he did. Yeah.
What's your thoughts
I
on the
think-
chapter, bro?
You missed some
Well,
cancer.
I was at first. I was kind of laughing when people start deserting, but it.
Such a. I knew you gonna like that shit. You're like, I
I was
guarantee you,
like,
this nigga's gonna leave. I
well,
guarantee.
well. Right? But it was less than I actually was imagining. So it didn't seem to hurt him that bad. I think it messed up the
Hey.
reinforcement, but I expected this much. You know what I mean? At least, but
Yeah. If anything, like I was saying that I think what they're doing right now, like the people that are deserting, I thought, and I think Tone thought too, that his whole army was like this. So it's actually not as bad as we initially thought.
yeah, you're right. See, but especially when he's like, the top dogs of fights. So I was like, all right, at least he got some real loyalty in there. So that's good. But yeah, it's too convenient, man. It's got to be a twist on the twist with that young lord. It's got to be. It can't be that sweet because then it would kind of be it'd be shitty if Conky just switches up like Twale was saying. It'd be shitty if Conky switches up his plan. I want him to stick with what he was doing and Rido not fuck it up.
The plan we debated for
Word.
5 discussions, we never find it out.
Yep.
I'll be happy to take that L if Kanki does something amazing with fucking a third of his army because it's just fun to watch niggas die. Like I don't get it, but I would be happy to take that L. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, I wouldn't understand the point again of sacrificing 2/3 of your army, but fuck it, a dub is a dub, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, but it made me think about
just-
why I started
my
liking
only thing
Kingdom.
is right. If this dub comes off of like real shit, it's like it depends on how big of a role the high Shin unit plays.
Yeah, I
Because
think
like
if,
they
if I
couldn't
think
do
if
this
it's
without
like
the high
just
Shin
them,
unit, then
just them
Kanki really
charging.
just got half like more than half his army bodied for nothing. He got Uhon bodied for nothing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like those are the points that I have contention with.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It made me think about why I started liking Kingdom, in the first couple of arcs because just just the excitement of seeing how Ken is going to win these impossible fights. You know what I mean? So Conky will bring all that back if he pulls something crazy with these limited amount of troops.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, some people will say
he
like
really
we know
would,
they're
though.
gonna
I ain't
win,
gonna hold
but
you. If he, like
it's the fucking details how.
I'm a real person, son. So like I said, if he pulls something off with this shit, and it's him and his unit, and it's not the high Shin unit pulled a miracle and they took Enryu against all odds, and they nigga, did you see the hill the fucking shit they had to climb? Like
Crazy.
Wall?
nigga,
That shit
like
wasn't even a hill. That shit was a
bro, that's what
wall.
I'm like, nigga, like them niggas take that shit and then take the whole shit and then start flanking niggas. It's like my nigga, is that really Conky? Like you know what I'm saying? Like is that Conky put them there, but like my nigga, everything else they did was on them. And so it's like
I feel you on that.
Well, we
I
already
mean,
know the
Conte
high Shin
face-
unit's
I would
gonna.
hate that shit.
We already know the high Shin unit's gonna
Conte
put in
was like
work.
charge.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah, like what the fuck are we charging at? Nigga, like we are not
Sugan is a
mountain
beast,
climbers,
man.
like
We already talked about
I
it,
With no
but
was
I think the
saying
hesitation.
distinction
like,
that
Yeah.
I think the
that's a
distinction
fact.
that
He's like, what the
matters.
fuck are y'all doing, Charlie? Nigga, I'm looking at how I'm a charge, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
Yeah,
there's a fucking steep ass wall,
Can I-
nigga. I'ma just
yeah.
run right to that shit. Like, come on
He
now.
was like,
That-
"Can I
that is
catch my
pretty
breath?
wild.
I just fucking fought hella niggas to even get here. Now I gotta climb a hill. Let me chill for a second, dog." What the
Yeah,
fuck?
right. Like, God damn. Well, nah, they got niggas chasing them from behind, but like, I figured the cavalry would take care of them. Like, but who's climbing this shit, my nigga? That's my question.
Oh,
They
real quick
they need
before
them
that,
monkey paw
like
niggas.
I was gonna say, we already talked about this, but I think at the end of the day,
Facts.
even if the Haishin unit go in like fucking charge after, like they take Enryu and they try to pincer, I think it's if Kanki baits Kocho into like stepping up and then Haishin unit just goes in there, pincers, finishes the job, then like it's very iffy on how much credit you can give Kanki. But if they get stopped and they can't do it by themselves and then Kanki has to do something after, that's pretty much like the difference where, I think it would be better writing that way and you can give Kanki more props.
Yeah.
Wait, time
Because
out.
like,
You think if
Good.
Kanki sets them up for the kill and they kill Kocho, I feel like with the whole Keisha thing, yes, what Shin did was hard, taking a hill, but baiting out Kocho in this situation, I feel like
That's worthy of a
pretty
feat.
genius.
But at the
Yeah.
same time, I feel like it'll be a bit underwhelming if it's just baiting Kocho and then Haishin unit leads like an almighty charge and they get through crazy odds and kill him. Like, even if they're the ones to kill him, it at least should be like they try to lead a charge after taking Enryu and they can't do it. And then Kanki, he does something and then they have to focus more forces on Kanki or like they're out of position because Kanki made a play. And then now the Haishin unit
We all
can kill him.
know. I think, in my opinion, the killing
like
stroke
this,
is
right?
has always been. It's gonna be Zeno, and Zeno's been hiding for so long until this thing comes out, and the fucking hammer of Thor is gonna come down on him. And it's
Mhm.
with Zeno's fist. Watch.
but put
Yes.
like this, right? If Kanki took Kokuo Hills solely because Shin killed Kesha, that wouldn't be a Kanki feat. You know what I'm saying? It's because he did the extra shit with Kisui
Yeah, for sure,
that
for sure.
you know what I'm saying that makes that such a feat. So it literally
Top tier feat.
it's I put the High Shin unit here, and from then on the High Shin unit does what the High Shin unit does. I'm not giving that to Kanki.
Yeah. This all has to be like the way they keep hyping Kanki is everybody's playing in his playground, and if this playground is Haishin unit charging through unbeatable odds to get here, then yeah, that's just some shit.
Well, even
just
then, like,
whack.
you have to give Kanki some credit because, well, assuming it's going the way we think, where if they just fought from the beginning, then there's some piece we're missing to why Ohan had to get bodied for Kanki apparently.
Facts. Facts.
I feel like
to this point, like to this day, I still don't see why you couldn't have just sent Shin and Uhon together.
Well, I think the timing has to work out first of all. Like, he has to get bodied to a certain point to, like, now when they're retreating, now the left wing starts to put in work. But I guess technically you could have had Ohan not engage or like engage lightly, not really try that hard, and then time it that way. But I'm not really sure. But
Or
like we
you
were
could've-
saying, like the fact that Ohan's kind of decimated, that's kind of gonna give Kocho the thumbs up to where, all right, I don't have to worry about this side as much. Like, that's still what I'm banking on.
Yeah, he probably used Ohan as a enticing bait. You know what I mean? Like, I could keep sending no names up the left side of your kill and just keep reinforcing them. That's not going to push them. But you take out a bigger name. You know what I mean? So that
I
Ohan
think
brought.
Well,
Good.
I'm sorry. I need to cut you off. I've been kind of off today. But yeah, continue your thought. Mine might be a different topic. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it would. Conky might move up in my favorite list, man, if he used Ohan to get smashed as part of his plan. Oh my god.
I mean, I think it's pretty
Oh
much a
my
given at
God.
this point that it's part of his plan.
Listen, you just hate Uhon.
If that shit was intentional though, oh my gosh, I would be so
Yeah,
happy.
I'm all for that shit.
Imagine if they could take pictures in Kingdom and they took a picture of Ohan's like defeated, almost dead face, and they're like, "Conky, look what happened." He's like, "He'll be alright." Then he'd definitely be Tone's favorite character.
That nigga live.
He'd
But
be
not like
alright.
Osen
I
probably like, look at this motherfucker. 2 battles in a row.
like nigga, I knew you
Jesus
trash.
Christ.
That's how you know you ain't my
I
seed.
mean,
You right.
Yeah,
You ain't my son.
I think in terms of
my son would have took this hill without ever having to fight. You not my kid.
I think Kanki's plan has like a lot of more steps to it. Not just a lot more steps, like a lot of kind of concurring steps, whatever the fuck the word is. And it'll be sick if like he's able to circumvent this numbers disadvantage without like the typical brute force that we're kind of anticipating. Is going to be like a sick setup to the point that he kind of circumvents the numbers, like we were saying, drawing out Koshu and shit. So like I think it's going to be like a more of a Kanki army strength feat dub strategic thing, then it would be Haishin Unit. Haishin Unit, they're gonna serve as bait like they've served as bait every time they worked with Kanki, and Kanki's gonna come in and swoop in.
It would be cool if the
finish it up.
Haishin unit, like Kocho actually pushes up so much that he goes into the forest with Kanki, and the Haishin unit's only there to block like the other reinforcements, and then it's like Kanki versus Kocho in the forest.
That'd be sick. I think Kanki and Kanki might be the nigga that actually delivers the blow. This feels personal. Now, even though it's not personal, Kanki is about to just this is my baby, and I'm about to see it till then.
Yeah, Kanki doesn't give a fuck. It's not really personal, but if he kills Kocho himself, that would be fucking hype.
Yeah,
that would be hype.
So, with him hiding the way he is,
I don't know about that.
You think that's part of, you know, the overall plan to pull Kocho even closer? Because the further back he stays, Kocho or at least his generals are going to have to keep moving forward no matter what until they get him.
Well, he's not really that far back yet, but just if he actually partook in the battle, then they would be doing better, and the timing would really work out to where Kocho's not going to lead in charge right now. And like the way the timing is going, he kind of needs his army to get like super fucked up to the point where Kocho's going to attack right now.
Dude, it's about to be crazy. Like, you know how niggas say, you know how Kanki, there's like a one-liner after he kills someone like Genpo, and then when he was killing Kisha, he was like, oh, that shit he said. What if he says, as soon as it's kind, Kocho's got off, he says, you are the premier general of defense in the world, and I just got you out of your nest. And this dude told him about to fucking freak out. I was like, I told you, niggas, I told you. This shit whack. Like, yo, he fucking Kanki's laughing at him. He keep on giving me a free kill.
Kanki's gonna willingly get himself trapped, and then Coach is gonna be like, it's just you now. You can't hide behind your army. And Kanki's gonna be like, good thing you didn't know that I'm faster than Kyokai. You're about to get this work, nigga.
I'm telling you, bro. Kanki would not have died to that swing from Kyokai.
Oh my god! I
truly believe that.
I know you do, and that's why I'm gonna just laugh at it.
Yep, perfect response. But what do you guys think about the hill being taken? Because I would say it kind of undermines how big of a deal it was meant to be. Like with Ohan, like him taking that long to figure it out, or maybe he didn't. We kind of argue about that, but just it not being immediately obvious. Because I thought it was the people that were guarding it, like that stage. It was so difficult to get past that Ohan would be like, nah, it's not gonna happen. Obviously, we can't attack that place. And then Ten didn't like think of that either. So with her having the Haishin unit as manpower, like specifically, I would say that would like even back up the point that, you know, they can't take this spot because the people defending the hill are just too raw, or there's too many of them, or like a combination. But it was fucking off screen, and I assume Shin and Kyokai had a role in it, but we don't even really know what happened. But what do you guys think about the off screen in general? Was the taking of that portion, like leading up to the hill, was that made to be more big of a deal than it really was?
Honestly, like when they talked about like the hill, I didn't think it would be that bad. Like the way they was talking about it was like it's defended, but it's not as defended as everywhere else because of the steep hill. Like they don't think anybody would even attempt to take the steep hill. So there's men there, but the hard part would be actually climbing up the hill and then taking that portion of, like taking the top portion of the hill. So I didn't think that the hard part was taking the base of the hill.
Yeah, I thought it was when I looked at the panels last chapter. To me, it looked like, all right, it's a simple enough plan where, you know, they got to charge to that point, right? But does the enemy feel like, okay, they're pushing real hard right here for this fucking wall? They're not probably thinking that, but at the same time, Haishin probably has to fight all the way across that army to keep the rest of the army from, you know what I mean, collapsing on that one point. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you know, I probably would have wanted to see a little bit of that, but
I feel there's gonna be some tauntaun shit.
Yeah, I remember we made theories about like Kyorei, she's gonna play a part, and then the Archer Bros. I mean, it was kind of disappointing, but it's better than just showing them charging through, like it being off screen. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of whatever. Even though it was a missed opportunity, we like the thing we're interested in is the Kanki situation, and the pacing around what's gonna happen, like it's kind of necessary for it to be fast because Kanki's are already in the retreating phases.
What's the dude
I ain't gonna
name with
hold
the eye
you.
patch?
It's Sugan.
Sugan. That would have been a good character development for him because it looks like the infantry, took that point by themselves without Shin at the front. You know what I mean? So that probably would have been a little bit good to see how he got everybody up there because they didn't look that beat up either.
I still think
Honestly,
that Shin, he had to have played a part where he's like taking over a lot of their manpower. Like they have to focus on him and Kyokai and Kyorei because like the Ohan did hype it up as like having real tough defenses leading up to that hill. So I think it's so troll if Ohan could have got through it too because Sugan did, and then he just didn't know he could climb the hill or something. Like it wasn't really emphasized that like, oh, you can actually climb that hill. It was just like the terrain's tough, but the defense is leading up to that.
see, again, the way I read that, it was more like the defense is there, they're strong, but it's less people there than in those kill zone areas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those spots that look good, but like, are actually death traps. Because again, no one expects them to take that steep hill. And now that they're at the base and there's archers and shit at the top of the hill, it's gonna be next to impossible to take that shit while you got archers firing down at you from such a the gravity alone is gonna make their arrows stronger, you know what I'm saying, strong as fuck. That's why I really think Kyorei and maybe Kyokai are gonna like tauntaun their way up the hill, like literally by like hopping and skipping on rocks and shit, while the Archer brothers cover fire.
They don't they have to maintain, the appearance of a threat at the other kills? Because the kill zones are pretty much in the places where people can attack. So you're gonna need at least three areas where there's a threat for them to maintain those formations.
Yeah, Shin,
So
Kyokai, and Sosui or N.
I don't know about that. Oh no,
Like
maybe
N is
so.
good enough to just lead an attack. You know what I'm saying? Sosui is
Right,
gonna lead
nah,
the
but see, he's
infantry.
got to N has got to look like a threat though, so he's got to be winning.
No,
N
that's
is
what I'm saying.
always on the back foot.
N is gonna be sending his men to attack one of the kill zones. Shin and Shin and Kyokai are separately gonna be attacking the other two kill zones. While that's going on, Sugan is gonna be either leading the infantry up or waiting for Kyorei to give them like a foothold, and then he's gonna lead the infantry up to take the positions. Once they take that part of the hill, you know what I'm saying, Shin and them will disengage and then regroup and then flow up the hill like they planned. I'm saying all
Yeah,
this happens like simultaneously.
I just kind of imagine Ray sticking with Kyokai to keep her under control since it's still kind of early for her.
Oh no, my girl good. My girl good. My
All right,
girl about
well,
like I said, she about to earn her stripes. She already saved Uhon. She about to take the hill. She about to body some type of commander, earn her stripes. Next time we see her in the war, fucking Kyokai's gonna be a general, and she's gonna be some type of like 1,000-man commander, some shit like that.
all right, well, I'm about to end it now. Do we got any final thoughts? No
Not
final
really.
thoughts. We good? Yeah, we did talk for like almost 2 hours with a chapter that didn't have like it had things to talk about, but it wasn't really like jam packed with content. So hopefully, next chapter it'll be better. I still like this
Is
chapter,
it
but
on
yeah,
break this week?
I don't think so. I think we're good. Yeah, I'll just end it with that. Peace out.